29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1.
0.
Okay, so obviously this isn't working properly because the only people that are supposed to be able to comment are paying members. So I'm still having issues with this. The video to come up. Can you guys see me? Fuck me. Can you guys see me at all? Ah, what the? Holy shit. Man, I wasn't kidding, guys. Technical difficulties is a thing. It's only supposed to be members. I don't know why it's allowing other people. We'll see if people. I'll just end it because I'm really getting frustrated. This is not what I intended. So it's literally have been fucking around with this for like 20 minutes. Ridiculous. So who all is here? I see there's like 5 people here. I know that it's set up so that members and let me make sure I've got this set up correctly. Give me just a second. I want to look up some discontinued. I did a video about cold steel knives today. I shot a video about cold steel knives today. And I want to do a video where we look up some of the discontinued models. Because I really want to try and find some of these. And the reason I want to do it is, like I said, I want to try and get some of these things on the channel if possible. It would be great because there's a lot of that. And I'm looking something up right now. Members and moderators. Let's see. I don't know. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be members and moderators. It's supposed to be members. So I really don't know. If there's moderators, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. Like if that's just the way it's set. But who can send messages? Members only. I'm saying members only mode. Participants are those listed as paid members of your channel. So I don't know what's going on there. So it shouldn't be. So what we're going to do is the paying members have access to the chat. If you want to leave a comment, the only option is a super chat. No, they don't automatically get a free ride. And that's the whole point. So I'm going to find out about that later. I've been trying to get it figured out. Literally, I had to delete the last feed, start a new one because I couldn't get the video to work. Couldn't get the video to work on this one. So I'm going to try and see. Cold steel. Discontinued cold steel knives. I want to see here. So these are discontinued models. This place doesn't have very many of them. This is all. Let's see here. Discontinued models. But see, they're only selling them. I'm trying to find a. I'm trying to find a site that has a list. Cold Steel used to have a list of their discontinued knives with stuff. I don't see it on there anymore. if somebody wants to try and like log out of their account and log back in as a, as another account and see if they can comment and then let me know whether it worked or not. Cold Steel used to have on their website a whole list. Cold Steel. I want to see if they still have it. They used to have. I don't think they do because we went through. Maybe it's just lost forever. And I'm trying to find it. Cold Steel discontinued models. I'm trying to see. I don't see. Gosh, this is going to suck because this is what I had planned. And I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Cold Steels. Wish they didn't rename something and sell it at a higher price. I've never seen them do that. There's only 3 people here. That's the other thing too, guys. If there's only like 3 people that are going to sit around, Mark, that's what I'm saying. Mark, I don't know how Mark is able to comment because technically this is supposed to be a paid members only live feed. And okay, Mark, are you a paying member? Because Mark Ridgewell is currently commenting. So I don't know. Well, we'll see. I wanted to look at this. So this live feed has just completely went a direction I didn't want. As I was trying to get stuff figured out, I was looking on my phone and I'm like, where's the listing for all the Cold Steel discontinued models? Because they used to have a section of their website that just showed all their old discontinued models. Huh. Well, Nico, you're the channel manager. You automatically have access. So does Tino. Tino's the editor. You're the channel manager. You guys have full access to everything. So, because you're signed in under my account. So, yeah, I wanted to do. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to look on my phone and see. Any of you guys know a website where they have a listing of all the discontinued Cold Steel knives? Discontinued. I'm trying to pull it up. It's really hard to do what I want to do. I see it on like blade forums and stuff like this. Okay, well, here's what we'll do. We'll look at. I found the 2010 catalog. That's what we'll do. I found the Cold Steel 2010 catalog, I believe. Yeah, that'll work. I found the Cold Steel 2010 catalog. That's not typing. Catalog. So, we'll go through the 2010, and then they also have a 2017. So we'll go through this 2010 catalog if it works properly. We're gonna look. The Broken Skull got a rename. Yeah, I mean, there's a handful. There's a handful of models that did get renamed. I don't know why. The Broken Skull. I didn't dislike the Broken Skull. The Broken Skull was not a bad little knife. It was a little thin, and I sharpened a couple of them, and they were okay. But I do. There we go. Let's see here. I found the 2010 catalog. Share screen, Chrome tab. this is it. That's what I was. This is kind of along the lines I wanted to look at. Kind of like this. However, now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Let's see here. So there's a lot of knives that Cold Steel had in their catalog that were really, what's this do? No, that's not what I want. I want it bigger. I want this gone. So, you know, this talks about the catalog and all this. So Paradox, I actually have a Paradox. Can I make this fit? There we go. I have a Cold Steel Paradox. Mine is the Grivery. I actually tried to sell it, tried to get rid of it. So, I mean, this was a stupid knife here that they had made. But I don't know if this one is discontinued or not. Because I have 50 paying members, and there's only 5 people here. So I do know it's Sunday. Somebody said that somebody was still live. Big Red EDC is wrapping up his live stream pretty soon. Okay. So, and in case you guys are wondering why your chats aren't going through, it's because this is like Jared does the bang gang. I'm doing the Crazy Sharp Crew. So only they can make comments unless you want to drop a super chat. So, I mean, that was the thing about it was this was a really nice knife. I need my mouse. Give me a second. I got to grab my mouse. This is going to be an unpleasant, long ordeal. Give me just a moment. It's gonna be unpleasant if I have to keep using that touchpad. So I figure it just makes more sense just to go grab my mouse. So you're prepping baby's food. Oh, Will, that doesn't sound pleasant. Yeah, I don't remember what it was like. I don't think like the baby food stuff. I don't remember ever having any issues like doing baby food by like. I honestly don't remember that much of Isabel being that small. I remember the important stuff, but like feeding and stuff. I do remember that once the wife stopped breastfeeding and went to and the kid went on solid food. I remember that like I didn't mind changing diapers when the kid was breastfeeding because the poop didn't stink. But the second we gave that kid like some strained peas or something, I was like, I'm never changing another diaper. It was disgusting. I was like, that is repugnant. And how did I was like, you broke the kid. You broke the kid. Like the kid's shit didn't stink, and you fed that kid some peas just once. And after that, I was like, good God, what has happened? I'm trying to prioritize this device so we don't lose signal. So yeah, this is let's go ahead and look into this. I'll keep in mind while I'm on this and this is moving. Now I have the Spartan with Triad Lock. That's a really, really good knife. American Lawman. So I would say that this is probably what you guys were. OS 8, yeah. OS 8. Man, I wish I could. That's not what I want either. I'm trying to mess with this. Maybe there's, I'm trying to see if I can change. I don't like that. Let's see. Let's present. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh no, that's not. Stop. Please stop. Yeah, that's not going to work, I don't think. Let's go ahead and go back to let's go back to the way it was. Go here to this catalog. I'm playing with this, guys, because this is not how I had intended on doing it. So yeah, we already looked at the Spartan, and there's the American Lawman with the Triad Lock. And actually, it's pretty cool because you can actually look at how the Triad Lock is constructed. I wish I had this image when I did my little short today about the Triad Lock. I did a short today that was the Triad. I was talking about the Triad Lock. So what is this? Prepping baby's food. My cousin just had his in June, so he's going through the bad baby sleep schedule. Yeah. No, not what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, so this has a schematic of the Triad Lock. I wish I could get that the way I want it. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be problematic. Yeah, that sucks. Man. How do I get back to where I was? Oh, hell. Guys, this is not working out as I had hoped. Things just aren't. Okay. So Paradox, Spartan I had a Lawman. I don't know about what they've done with the Voyager series, but I have a Voyager. As a matter of fact, I have this one. But mine's not the serrated. AK-47, I had one of those. It won't do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It won't let me try it one more time. Like it just keeps scrolling. Yeah, but see, it's still not showing me like the entire thing. See how you lose it? Like the Espada is gone. So I have to go. Oh no, okay, there they are. Triple action. We gave away my triple actions here on the channel. That's a really cool one. And I wish they would bring these back. But I wish they'd bring them back in something other than I wish they would bring them back in something other than the aluminum. They had aircraft aluminum on these, and they really sucked to try and, for maintainability. They were horrible. They just fell apart. But then you have the Espada series on there. I don't see the ones I'm looking for, but we're definitely gonna get to them. There's your Triad Lock Espada. What? So wait, somebody was saying, so they're making. Are they making the Spartan in a new lock? Hang on, just a second. I gotta look this up. I need my keyboard. So did they have a new lock that they're using on it? Let me find my keyboard. Still Triad Lock. I don't think that they've changed. It's not a new lock. Famous Triad Lock. This is I don't know the Atlas Lock. I don't think they're doing it, bud. I think that they're sticking with the Triad Lock, and I don't give a crap what anybody says. I'm not all about trying to find a new lock. I think that the Triad Lock is probably the best lock on the business. In the business. Let me grab my keyboard. This will make it easier. I wasn't prepared because I was fighting with videos. We had technical difficulties. Give me just a second. Where's my keyboard? My keyboard's back behind the green screen. There we go. I have returned. Guys, I'm not sure what I did, but my back is fucking killing me. Like sciatica. I didn't twist or do anything wrong, I don't think. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go back up here. we'll get into the catalog. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if they still are doing some of these knives, but I want to see if they have the ones I'm specifically looking for. So I have a tie light, Zytel tie light, and it was in a video that I just shot today. So I don't need to really look at that one too much. There's one right here. Okay, so if anyone out there, if any of you guys out there have got a Hatamoto, I would love to get to see one of these. The top one right here, this one right here on the top. I would love to get to see one of these. I saw one of the. Can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. Oh no. Yeah, there we go. I got to see one of these Caledonian edges down here. I wasn't real impressed, but I saw one of these at a show, and I never really got to do any. It was at a Pew Pew show here in California, and the guy had one, and I didn't get to handle it, and I saw it, and I really wanted to get to mess with it, but like it was so crowded and so busy that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of here. Maybe I'll come back, and I never saw another one. So if you know, yeah, the one on the top, the Hatamoto. If any of you guys have got one of those, I would love to have that on a channel. I just want to see it. There's some of these old cold steel models that I really would like to get to see. So let's see here. So the Safekeeper series, I had this one. I had the Safekeeper 2. And it had some issues where it had the square shaft. Like, I'm going to tell you guys, a lot of people are like, all right, Mike just doesn't like cold steel knives. I have owned more cold steel knives than any 3 people should have had. But so the push dagger, the big one on the top left, I had one of those, and I got rid of it. But it was a V grind. It was double ground. The one I have now, which is the Peacemaker 2, or Safemaker 2. Yeah, because those are Safekeeper. I have the Safemaker. It's chisel ground, so it's only ground on one side, as opposed to being a V grind like this one was. But that one's a lot more comfortable. I'll grab it here in a minute when you look at it. So the Braveheart, I remember seeing these, but I remember that they were like, what's it doing? I remember seeing them, but I remember them not really appealing to me. I wish I could zoom in on this. No. God damn it. The zoom feature's not working. Sorry. Steel Tiger. I never was interested in the Steel Tiger per se. I mean, it's a cool looking knife. It's like a karambit. It's like an affordable karambit at the time because it had the Zytel handles. But the problem I always had with cold steel knives was the fixed blades. When they started using the Securex sheaths, they used a fiberglass reinforced nylon, and you'd pull that knife out of the sheath and it would just get dull. So, man, hang on just a second, guys. I'm gonna do something that I should have done. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm doing something currently off. I'm trying to find something. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see it on that website. I was looking on another website. Sorry. The gun sights. So the gun sight folders, and I'll grab my Voyager real quick. Hang on just a second. So these gun sight folders were so similar to the Voyagers. I kind of see why they got rid of them. So I have like the gun sight and the Voyager. I don't know why they had 2 different knives that were almost identical in the same market space. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to where it was confusing. So like if you see that, the handle and everything on that gun sight holder, everything you see on that is, Jesus, you guys are welcome to comment. Like that, I set it up so that you guys can comment. The last person that said anything was Will, and that was, Jesus, 10 minutes ago. Hey, Bearded Doom is here. So if you look, let me bring myself back up full screen. If you look, this knife and that gun sight, the Voyager and the gun sight are almost indecipherably different. You can almost not see the difference between these. See what I'm saying? Look, the handles are identical. Let me see here. Can I do this? No, that's not what I fucking wanted. Anyway, they're basically the same. So, this is not working out. Ed's here. Cool. Yeah, guys. So you guys are the only people that can comment. For some reason, I don't know why, but like there's like I don't know if it's because Mark used to be a paying member or something and it just is screwed up, but Mark Ridgewell has been commenting, but I don't know why that would be. I don't think that moderators have access. So yeah, the gun sight, the Steel Tiger. I mean, I have a Voyager. They're almost identical. I had, okay, so I had this double agent, the top one. And that's that knife that I say all the time, like, I had one and I got rid of it and I wished I hadn't. It was a worthless knife. Like, I couldn't use it for anything. And it was in a Secure X. So every time you pulled it out of its sheath, it was basically, every time you pulled it out of the sheath, it was dull. So let's see here. I should have put something into the description of this that we were looking at the cold steel. That's what I'll do. Here we go. Content live. I'm doing something else too, by the way. I mean, you guys get this from Cole every once in a while. Like, so Cole does this a lot, so we wind up in a little. I'm trying to find stuff. Just had a thought as to where I might be able to find that, and I'm checking it. I'm checking it right now, and I just don't see. Yeah, I just don't see it. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. So, hopefully we'll find it in the catalog. Can I see Stacy commenting? Yeah, I said hi, Stacy. Yeah, Stacy, I said hi, didn't I? I thought for sure I said hi. I saw your cat comment about the farts. The Hamato. Yeah, I was gonna say if anybody has a Hamato, if you in Hatamoto, if anybody has one, that would, you don't have to. What do you? It's more distracting for you to like creak the door open and like, that's what I was saying. There's no real good way to look them up. And the problem is I can't remember the name of the model I'm looking for. So hopefully we just come across it while we're looking at this catalog. Blue Body Ninja, I don't know for sure whether I've added you to the text crawl at the end, the support tile at the end of the videos yet, but I definitely will. There's a video that goes up today too, by the way, guys. I did a video for today. I think I put it up at 4. Let me make sure what I've got set here for our yeah, there's a video. I did a video for 4 it goes up at 4 today. So yeah, you've got like these were fun. I had the non-serrated double agent, and then the double agent 2 was the recurve. I had the double agent, the one on top, I'm sorry, Double Agent 2 was the drop point or clip point one that I had. And I liked it, but like I said, every time you pulled it out of the sheath, it would get dull, and I got rid of it, and I wish I could get it back, but they don't make it anymore. It's not the same. They do make it, but it's not the same. Like the edges are all sharp and stuff. I've seen a couple of them, and they're just not what I was looking for. I have a counterpoint 2 here at the house. I always wanted the countertack. So the countertack dagger down below, I always wanted the dagger, the counterattack dagger. And I never got one. So if anybody's gets one, I'm interested to see it. You know anybody that's got a counterattack dagger, cold steel counterattack? I would love to see one of those. Oh, Dave's here. Stacy's here. Dave's here. Lumpkin Ninja is here. Winston is here. Yeah, I saw Winston was here. The Beard of Doom is here. I find it odd that I have like 56 paying members and there's only 16 people here. It is a Saturday though. Winston, I'm not gonna. So Winston Cabretti gave me a whole box. Well, he sent me a whole box that had T-shirt, the knife that we've got scheduled for the giveaway, that CRKT that's going to wind up being in the giveaway schedule. 3 boxes of Rev coffee and a thing of what is it? Death Wish coffee. Death Wish coffee is freaking amazing. It's really good. So Winston, thanks for the Death Wish coffee. I've drank all of it, but like 3 cups, 3 pods left. So it's really good. If you guys have ever wondered about that Death Wish coffee, they're the strongest coffee. It is really, really good. It's a very good tasting coffee. I think it's one of the best. It's up there with that the Coffee Brand coffee that I have an affiliate link for. But if you're gonna buy coffee, buy Coffee Brand coffee. Speaking of which, if any of you guys were curious, I sent out the giveaway stuff from the 8,000 subscriber giveaway. I sent out all the giveaway stuff yesterday. So, and if you had knives here, so I know Murky had knives here. I know Beard of the Weirdo had knives here. I sent those out as well. I still have to send some stuff out to Cole, and I've got some of Daniel's stuff from Custom EDC Knives. So I still didn't do what I set out to do with this was. I apologize if this live feed is kind of scattered and stuff, but it was. I had so many technical difficulties. So let's see here. What is next? Yeah, like I said, if anybody has a counterattack, I would love to get to see a counterattack. Never got to see those counterattack daggers. They are the hollow ground on like they've got a hollowed out back. It's like chisel ground. I'll grab that one and show you here in a little bit what I'm talking about. That's one I would like to see. I was never interested in this point guard. I do have a mini pal. I've had an urban pal, and I have a super edge. So all 3 of the knives on the bottom I have, and those are all great. The bottom 3, all great knives. Like MacBook Pro. Prioritize this device. There we go. So all of these bottom 3, the mini pal is that tiny little one that I have that I carry in bad places where it's nice to have, where it's not so obvious. The super edge goes really good. Sits both of those bottom 2 go on a zipper pull, really nice. The urban pal is a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than I felt. I like the really itty bitty small one. It seemed to fit better for what I would have wanted it for. Here we go. Mini tack. I'm not a fan at all about these mini tacks. I know a lot of people do like the mini tack. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like any of those. I never did. I've never owned any of them. Yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, so guys, the reason that I like the Coffee Brand coffee is Jeremy over at the Quartering. They take 0 political stance. You're only paying for coffee. They don't allow any, like, no money gets done towards activism political parties. They don't support anything that doesn't. It's nothing. No money goes anywhere but into the product. And I'm not gonna lie, it's some really really good coffee. But Coffee Brand Coffee, I have an affiliate link for them. So no one's bought any of that coffee yet. I do know it's a little expensive. I'm all about supporting veteran stuff too, but a lot of times that winds up becoming politicized and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just kind of tired. I'm kind of just tired of any political stuff. In it, I mean, I get it if a company takes the same stance as you and you want to support that, that's fine. But right now, I don't care either way. Like liberal activism or conservative activism. I don't want to pay for any of it because shit's expensive enough already. I don't want my money to go anywhere but where I want it. And so that's just why I've been doing it. So, and like I said, it's some of the best coffee I've had in a very long time. Here we go. I have what you see on the left. I have the Safe Maker. I have the Safe Maker 2, or Safe Maker 1, I mean, which is the bigger one down here on the bottom left. That's a really good knife, and it doesn't need to be super sharp. But the Urban Dart, that's one I wanted. Oops, sorry. The Urban Dart here on the right, that's one I always wanted to see. I never got to see an Urban Dart. Yeah, use my link next. Just only use mine. Jeremy makes enough money on YouTube. He doesn't need to use my link. Well, Jeremy owns the company. So you're not helping Jeremy out. You're helping me out if you do it. So here's the thing. You're not going to hear anything from it because that is their entire thing. No politics, no pandering, just coffee. They take nothing. And so Jeremy has a political channel, but he wants to completely remove the politics from the business. So, and I applaud him for it because I would much rather pay a price and have them use that money to improve the product than to do stuff. Now, I mean, there are some companies that do like outreach programs and things like that I support. I support Ronald McDonald House, stuff like that, which it's great. But like I personally right now, the way finances are, I can't afford to be paying for anything. So anyway, the Urban Dart here on the right. Sorry, I got sidetracked. The knife on the right. If anybody has an Urban Dart, I would love to get to see it. This is a me calling out to you guys that are viewing and the paying members. Any of you guys that have any of these knives in the anybody in the comments or in the viewership right now, or paying members, any of you guys that have any of these knives that I'm mentioning in your collection, reach out to me. I'd love to get to see that. And on top of that, just anything that you want, that you think I might want to get to see on the channel. I was talking about that with Jared. I was like, he can do a lot of like the fast fives and stuff and not have repeat knives because he has way more knives that come in and out of his hands than I have, even though he sends me a lot of stuff. If you guys have stuff you think you would like to see on the channel, reach out to me. I think Bearded Doom, I think I do want to see that District 9, but I want to let you have some time to mess with it first. I started working out again and my shirt is tight across the arms. So yeah, Urban Dart, the one here on the right. I would love to get to see one of those sometime if anybody has one available that they'd let me borrow. I don't need anything from the Spike series. I had a Spike. I believe you guys saw it. I had it's not on here, but I had the Scottish. Oh yeah, it is the Scottish Spike, the second one from the bottom. You see the bottom one and then right above it. I had the Scottish Spike, and I actually gave that to Tino here not too long ago because I quit carrying it. These were kind of cool. They were like the first. I think this was the first neck knife I ever owned. Was one of the Spike series. So Aiden, yeah, I mean, you can send it. It'll go in a list. I have a bunch of stuff that's coming. So if you guys do send me anything, just keep in mind, I have a bunch of stuff that's coming that I have to do a really fast turnaround on. I have a bunch of prototype stuff coming that has to come to me and then go back to the company. So it's coming from Artisan and CJRB. So I'm getting a bunch of their prototype stuff, button lock stuff. We'll get to see that on the channel. But yeah, the Spike series were pretty cool. The That Scottish spike, the second to the bottom, was the first neck knife I ever had. I'm pretty sure of it. I have a few cold steels, but not. I have a few like that, but not cold steels. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen like the Delta Dart and stuff like that. I just wanted to see the actual. I don't know which one to call it. The actual one. I'm really tired today, guys. I couldn't sleep. My back and neck have been bothering me. Okay, here we go. The Outdoorsman. Outdoorsman is a knife that I always wanted to see. It's got the handle on it like the Taipan Dagger. So that's a really cool. The Recon Scout buoy, I got to see one. I was not real super impressed with it. The handle was a little bit, but not the handle. The guard was a little bit sharp in hand, so I never really gravitated. It's a good looking knife though, but it's still just not the buoy I would have wanted from them. There you go, the R1 Military Classic. And then this Black Bear Classic is very, very similar to a Loveless and Love It design. But this R1 Military Classic. So there's one right there. If any of you guys have got an R1 Military Classic by Cold Steel, I would love to get to see it. So yeah, that's the Recon Scout. It was but yeah, I don't know what I did. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to take. I was gonna film some more stuff today. I think I'm just gonna have to take some time and lay down here in a little bit when we get done with this. I already filmed a big long Cold Steel video. You can open the door. It's fine. I'm live, but what's up? Okay. I'm not going. It's every time you guys get ready. Yeah, I got you. Well, I'm just saying I'd like to go sometime, but today my back is all screwed up. Sorry about that. Talking with the wife. And so, yeah, I like the R1 Military Classic. That's a great looking knife. I always wanted to get to see one. So if you know anybody that's got one, yeah, the sub hilt. So let's pull that one actually up because they've got it split between two pages. Let's see here. Cold Steel. Black Bear Classic. Let's pull up images. My wife and kid are going to the beach. So yeah, this is we'll pull it up here on Knife Center. So they're $319. Let's go ahead. Hang on a second. We'll go back here to StreamYard and we'll remove this and we'll add the other one back to the stream. Hang on a second. Stop. So you guys can see it up close. The Black Bear is a great, great knife. The Black Bear Classic. Let's go ahead and see here. So this is a good looking knife. Micarta handles, double hilt. It's sharpened on. It's got a sharpened back, I believe. I think it's double edged. And these are great knives. I've gotten to handle them before. They are a beautifully done knife. They're just expensive. I just can't, $315 for a fixed blade knife. I'm probably not going to carry. I've already got a couple of Cold Steel knives that I never ever used that were about that price point. So it's just not worth it to me. But if somebody's got one they want to send, if they've got one they want to send, but that R1 Classic, that R1 Military Classic, that's a lot like a Randall. I think it's probably based on a Randall design. World War II. I'm going to say that that's definitely based off very, very closely off of a Randall because it looks so similar to what I've got here. That's Cole's dad's. Oh, hey, look, you guys want to go 25th September 2010, the Cold Steel Challenge in Ventura, California. Here we go. So these were some knives. God damn it. I even touch my mouse the wrong way. It does that. So they had a cheaper version of the R1 Classic, which you see here. You have the Big Bear Classic. These are like budget versions of the same knives that they had. These are cool, but I definitely would not. I would like to see the original, like the R1. There's a Recon Tonto, SRK. These were all in the same line of knives. I didn't ask you to, Will. I didn't ask you to come over. Here's the thing. Like, California gets a bad rap because of a few places. San Diego is not that bad. San Diego, just because the fact that there are so many military members here, San Diego is a much more down-to-earth place than a lot of the other cities. So, you guys are having sidebar conversations. I'm just only gonna I'm just gonna glance at the comments. Like, if you get missed in the comments, you're just gonna have to post it as many times because I'm not on here. And then the sidebar conversations, I just can't. Like, I wind up getting kind of like, what the fuck are we talking about? So Parker's here. What's up, Parker? So yeah, these were all good. You had the the Peacekeeper Dagger. This was the ODA Sanmai. These were basically like, this is the same as that R1. This is the same as the Big Bear. So this was another one that was real similar. So they had a couple sub-hilt fighters, but these were done in a more affordable manner than the one we saw before. The Master Hunters. I was never real impressed with these. Never really wanted to see them. We'll just go ahead and keep going. Now, I just did a Laredo buoy. I just sharpened one for a guy. This one you see on the top. This is a beast of a knife. What's the third from the top? See, guys, hang on. Third from the top. That's the one I was talking about. Third from the top is... that's the one I was talking about right here. Third from the top. That's the ODA Sanmai 3. Those were like more affordable versions of some of the knives we already saw. The Laredo buoy and Sanmai 3. I got to sharpen one of these not too long ago. Those are great knives. Cold Steel did make some of the best production buoys on the market for a lot of years. There are other companies that did do some really good ones. I think Cold Steel made some of the best ones, their higher end ones. Like these Laredo, the Laredo buoy with the micarta and then the brass with the leather sheath. They were very well done, but they were a little pricey. The Trailmaster is a really similar one. I never was as big a fan of the Trailmaster. I always liked the Laredo buoy. Here you go, a Gurkha Kukri. If anybody's got one of these, I wouldn't mind seeing them. These were the ones that came out. These were one of the first ones that were authorized, I guess, that carried the... I guess these were the ones that carried the mark of the actual Gurkha Association. So they were able to label it as such. These were really cool. My friend Jake had one and he loved it. And it was one of those things that like he wants to get another one, but they don't make them anymore, I believe. And the ones they do are stupid expensive. Guys, I'm going to hang on a second. I'm going to do something real quick. And then I want to change the settings on this. So that means I have to reload this page. To page. And then present. There we go. I think that's going to work better for us because, yeah, that's going to work. That's what I want. That's what I needed the first time. Yeah. I think that's going to give us a better, clearer view of some of this. So, oh, Jesus. All right. Let me get this all set up again. Get all set up. Share screen. Sorry, I want to get this as best I can. Share and then present. There we go. So yeah, there you go. You can see. So the Gurkha Kukri, that's a really good knife. The Trail Masters, those were good. This is the Natchez Buoy, and I don't know why it doesn't combine the pages together like they should, because there's the tip of the Natchez Buoy in the bottom right of that, and there it is there. The Natchez Buoy is, it's a good-looking buoy, but the handles felt weird. I always thought the handles felt weird. This is the Pendleton Custom Classic. Here you can see this half of it. I have one of those. Great knife. It's a beautifully done knife. It's a fixed blade knife that I wouldn't ever get rid of. But that Pendleton Custom Classic, you're going to see in a video on, like Tuesday, I think. So, but here's the other Lloyd Pendleton designs that they had. So I don't need to see these. I've owned both the SRK and the Recon Tonto. Let's see here. I don't know what we're talking about here. I'm missing a bunch of chats. So I don't even know what we're all talking about. Running through the jungle with shit. Recon Tonto SRK. I have an SRK and I owned a Recon Tonto, but somebody stole it. Here we go. These are some ones that I wouldn't mind seeing. Like, do you guys remember when Cold Steel made kitchen knives? Do you guys remember that? I had completely forgot about it until just the other day when I was digging through the silverware drawer, and I have a Cold Steel steak knife. And it's actually a pretty good steak knife. I don't think that they were horrible. I don't think that they were horrible kitchen knives. We're looking at the 2010 Cold Steel catalog. I'm trying to find some discontinued models. And like I said, any of the stuff that I find on here, if you guys have them, I would love to borrow them from the channel. Anyone, not just the paying members. So this is one, the Ram Safe Lock. What model is this? It's the Ram Safe. This knife right here on the right, I always wanted to get to see one in a video. I never got to see one. I saw these Bushman, these Bushman like spear and knife. You could just like put this on a stick and turn it into a spear. I saw those and I really wasn't that impressed, but I always wanted to see one of these Ram Safe locks. I heard that they were kind of shitty, but I've just always been curious about them. So if anybody's got one of those, I wouldn't mind seeing it. There you go. We get into these, the Boar Hunter, and then here's more versions of the OSS and OSI, which we already saw before. We just saw those earlier in the catalog. These are awesome knives. I would just prefer, if I was going to do a review on one of them, that it was the micarta ones. Taipan, we just recently had the Taipan in from Winston Cabretti. I did a sharpening on it. I always wanted a Taipan, and now that I've gotten to see one, I was not super impressed. I don't want to say I wasn't impressed. They're still really good knives. They're super attractive. But I just don't think that they demand, I don't think they should demand the price they go for. The Kobun, I had a Kobun. Who are you guys going to the beach with?
Julia.
Oh, tell everybody I said hi. Be careful and wear sunscreen. Don't get another bad sunburn. Baby girl's going to the beach with some friends. You want to say hi to everybody? Have a good day, babe. I love you. So back to let's go back to this. Not remove. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. I would actually like to have the old timer kitchen knives. I have some old hickory kitchen knives that were my father's that are here. So Stacy Bolster Blade said, "Hello, beautiful."
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Thank you.
But it's definitely not talking to me.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Yeah. Any of these that any of you guys have. I had a Kobun. It was not a very expensive knife. It was really, really thin. Babe, you could have opened the door. My daughter just crawled. I have the garage door open like maybe 1.5 feet. She got all the way down and crawled under it. I'm like, why didn't you just open the garage door? It's 78 degrees out here. So yeah, that Kobun on the right, they had a couple versions of it. One of them was a more cheap, like a more affordable version. It was really, really thin, and I wasn't really impressed with that. Then the Tanto series, you had this whole Tanto series. I always thought I wanted to see one of the big Tontos. I have a Cold Steel mini Tonto here from back in the day when they were still made here in the United States. What'd you say, babe? But yeah, Cold Steel had that entire line of Tontos that they did. What time is it? 1 o'clock. I'm gonna only give this a. I don't know if I go 2 hours on this, but let me see here. So then you get into their swords. So these Tontos were actually really good. They're kind of the same style handles as like the Taipan. They had a really good grip. That's okay. I should have opened it. I didn't know you guys were leaving, or I would have left it open. I'll just leave it open. That's great. So then you get into their sword series, and their swords were always good looking, but you know, having had like actual Japanese swords and having custom made swords, they are not. Hey, don't close it. Just leave it open. Yeah, sure. Or if you want the other ones, the ones that are out at the front, those ones are probably better. They won't get as much sand in them. So yeah, their swords always looked good, but they were kind of just, how do I say this? Like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings if they spend a lot of money on a Cold Steel. The Cold Steel swords were not great. They really were not great swords. They were one step above the stainless steel, chrome plated, unsharpened wall hangers. Door. So just allow me to say that if you have one and you love it,
I'm sorry.
But I definitely think you probably overpaid for it. They were good for, you know, if you just wanted to like Mall Ninja it, but they were not great swords. Anybody here fire EMS? I found my old Warfire med kit knife. I'm cleaning it up for a new owner. Jared Ball, that we had on the live feed last night, is a firefighter. If you would like to ask him if he would like it, or if he can ask somebody at the fire department, because he is a full-time Houston firefighter. If you want to send me some pictures of it, I can ask him if he knows anybody that needs one, that needs a knife, that he can just basically give him. I can get it to him and he can give it to whoever needs it. So just let me know. My back is really killing me. Guys, if you ever happen to be up in Banning, California, or Banning or Beaumont, this Craft Lounge is actually a really good place to go have a beer. So, oh wait, you guys can't see that. I need to exit that. But at any rate, their swords were they were good enough if you were cutting water bottles in the backyard. They were not like, they weren't the swords you were gonna take and get your instructor to certify that you could use it. Like I have swords and I took Japanese swordsmanship. You have to take the sword to your sensei and he has to look at it. He has to look at construction. He's going to take the handles off. He's going to look how it's pinned. He's going to look at how it fit, how the fit up is, make sure the handles aren't loose. And he's going to approve you to use that sword for training and for cutting bamboo and tatami mats. These would not pass that. I'm just to let you know. I don't want anybody to think that they're like battle ready swords. They had a lot of cool stuff, but then over here on the right, this was some stuff they had. Like they had a sword breaker, they had a Jin sword, which is a Tai Chi sword. They had Chinese war sword, like a ring sword, which I always wanted to see, the butterfly swords. This was all like stuff that, like, if anybody you guys have any of these, I just don't know how you would ever get like a full-size sword sent to me safely without it costing an arm and a leg and maybe half of a testicle. But yeah, they had some cool stuff. Like the Jin sword here on the left, the butterfly swords. This was all stuff that's all stuff that the little mall ninja, the mall ninja in me still finds attractive. And yes, I have said that the Hanwei Forge Paul Chen Practical Katana is probably the best and most reliable budget sword if you're just going to be using like backyard cutting and stuff like that. But these, not so much. But these swords, like I said, these swords that you see here, like the Jin sword and the sword breaker, like these Tai Chi swords, I always wanted a set of butterfly swords. I always wanted that. So that would be something like if we could figure out a way to get those sent to me, if anybody here has them, yeah, just reach out to me. Oh, wow. They did have Viking swords, Italian long swords and stuff like that they made. And like I said, once again, not horrible, but more like they were like higher end wall hangers. You could still cut with them, but I do note that Scottish Dirk that's on the right-hand side actually was a really good, well-built. I got to see one. Those were really well-built and well done. Cane swords. Cane swords are a cool thing. I wish I could have one out here. I can't even get anything shipped to San Diego. I want to get a cane sword just to say I have one on the channel. A sword cane would be cool, but I mean, they're horribly illegal out here in San Diego or in California. They had some really good looking swords like the Cutlass, the Samshiri, the Cavalry Saber, the Napoleon Saber. And if you're looking for a saber, about the only place you're going to get a good saber is to get a custom one made. Their sabers weren't as bad as their Japanese swords. And the reason I say is because they weren't pinned well. Those weren't pinned well, and they were, they were sharpened like a knife as opposed to, wow. But their sabers were a little bit better because they had the wraparound guard construction. So their sabers and like their military swords were a little bit better. Yeah, here you go. The Marine Corps officer's saber, stuff like that. These were way better than what you would get at like the exchange or through the military system. These were ones that you could get that were like honest to goodness swords. So their Japanese swords, no. Their sabers and their military swords, yeah. I mean, pretty good. This is a true statement. It's actually illegal. They just won't cite you for it. Let's put a little coffee down the side of my cup. Just like to remind everyone that I'm a fucking ray of sunshine. Those Scottish Dirks, yeah, Stacy, those Scottish Dirks were on point. They did a really good job with them, from what I remember seeing. And now like I said, I don't know what they have done since with stuff. And I haven't seen any of the new stuff that has come out. And here you go. You had your Recon Scout Tonto, you get your Trailmaster, your Laredo Buoy. These were a little bit more affordable versions. They had a couple different versions of these. They had this Gurkha Kukri. There were you see the same knife like a couple times in their catalog. It's because they had different like levels of materials and stuff like that. Here on the right is a knife that I had, and I don't ever know what happened to it. The Kudu, that cold steel Kudu with the ring lock. I had one, and I swear I looked and I looked and I looked because I wanted to get it out for a video, and I cannot find that that Kudu anywhere. I couldn't find it. I know I had one. I was gonna put it in a video of, you know, knives you should avoid completely, and I'm pretty sure I gave it away to someone. I might have to look and see if I can find one of them. The ring lock Kudu was funny, and they had the GI Tonto, which was just a crappy knife. We're gonna start getting into some of the stuff that, like, now, if you look at like Cold Steel and Lynn Thompson's new website and stuff that he's selling, it's like they took the Cold Steel catalog and they tore it in half. And so swords and switchblades and hatchets and axes and stuff like that, they're like, all right, Lynn, you have this part of the catalog, that's yours. We'll just make the knives. So tell you what, send me a DM in the Gilded server and I'll send you my address. Cool. Thanks, Bearded Doom. Where'd everybody go? We had like 20 people in here. So yeah, that's a fun one. But right now we're gonna, if I remember correctly, this is about the point where you start seeing the Kudu, the GI Tonto, the bird and trout. You get into some of the weird stuff that was in these catalogs. Oh no. Roach Belly and Canadian Belt Knife, both loved both of these. The Fin Bear. The Fin Bear is a budget version of a knife that they made for a long time that I still have. Hang on a second, I'll grab it because I had it out for a video. Cold Steel made a knife called the Sizu, and it was kind of like their version of a Scandi ground, like the, you know, you have the Scandi, the Moras, that style knife. Cold Steel made one, and I bought one, and I've got it right here. We're gonna pull it up. But this Fin Bear, which is you got the Roach Belly, then the Canadian Belt Knife, then the Fin Bear, and the Pendleton Light Hunter, which I have the Pendleton Custom Classic that you're going to see in Monday's video. This was, let me give it full screen. This was a pretty expensive knife. I think this was $450, but it's that same knife, but it's done in Sanmai 3, and it's micarta with nickel silver bolsters. This is the first knife video I ever made. So I had a YouTube channel before this one, and it never got any traction, but this was the first knife I ever showed, and I showed whittling a hair with this. So these were great, and mine's gotten some use. She's got some scratches and stuff on it, but it always they're Sanmai, Cold Steel Sanmai, they're VG10. Okay, they called it VG1. Yeah, VG1 Sanmai. It's a lot like it's a lot like VG10. It's a little bit harder. It's a different steel. They had it made in China and Japan for them. No, I'm not talking about the Pepperidge Farm videos. I had a complete different YouTube channel under a different name, and I only ever did a couple of videos. I got a lot of hate in them and stuff like that, and I just never did any more videos. And then I started this channel several years later. So the first video on this channel was actually the Microtech DOC. But I did a video about this knife and sharpening, and this thing he's going to kill somebody. That asshole is going to kill somebody. This was the first knife video I ever did. It was short. It was like 30 seconds. My wife filmed it so that I could get the hair and do it. But yeah, great knife. Would never part with this. And it came with a sheath. So that Fin Bear, I know that was, wow, you really drew that out, didn't you? The Fin Bear, which is right there, is basically the same thing. And then tomorrow, Monday's video, you get to see the Pendleton Classic. Is it Mondays or Tuesdays? I don't remember. I filmed a bunch this morning. So yeah, they were just budget versions of those two micarta versions. So Inferno pepper spray, I will tell you, the Inferno pepper spray actually is a really good product. I don't know if they make it anymore. I got sprayed with the Inferno pepper spray. I did not enjoy it. Right there. I will tell you right now, 1 out of 10, do not recommend. That was a 1 out of 5 rating. Do not recommend. Will not. Then you had the big bore blowguns. Yeah, we're getting into the weird stuff. This is Lynn Thompson's side of the catalog now. Big bore blowguns. I actually have a big bore blowgun. I have one of them, and I have actually hunted squirrels with it, and it does a pretty good job. And then you got all your accessories and darts and stuff for it. I can't remember how they pronounce it. Sambok. I don't know. It's like a leather walking stick, whip / club, shambok. I don't remember how they. Don't remember what they called that. No, that's a different dickhead that lives down on a corner, and he's got this car that he's been tuning up, and he decides he wants to drive up the street at like 80 miles an hour, and there's like kids and shit all over the place here. Those blowguns are great till one of them hits you in the shin. I've never done it. So this is what I used to do with the blowgun. I used to set up a target in a specific spot, and I put the target up when I could hit dead center on that target, which was at a certain height, which is about the size of a squirrel. I would put down a handful of cracked corn right in front of that target. And when I could nail that little dot on a piece of wood every time, I would not move the piece of wood. And when a squirrel would come by and get the cracked corn, I'd thump them. So, but yeah, we're getting into that weird part of the catalog. Let's see what's next. Yeah, instructional videos, all this stuff. I forgot that he had Jun Fanjit Kundo instructor series, and the fighting with a sarong, which is a scarf. So much stuff. Never Unarmed. I think that's his new website. Then you had the True Fight throwers, which were just like cheap. I mean, my buddy Matt has one. He's got a throwing knife. We go over to his house and throw knives. He's got a target set up in his yard. For all those throwing knives on the right hand side. That you see, those were kind of crappy, just like shitty steel. Yeah, you can see them right there. True Flight, they're punched out. They weren't really sharp. People are like, oh, you can carry them as a knife and as a thrower. I was like, no, you can't. Special Forces Shovel, that was actually pretty cool. And the Bad Axe, both of those were set up and balanced and things for pretty good for throwing. The Bad Axe, I really don't see a purpose for. The shovel, however, was pretty cool because it was sharp and you could use it as a hatchet, and it was a shovel. So if like you had something, if you got one, you could throw it in your pack. I don't know if they still make them, but they were a nice thing for a camp pack because they fit like multiple purposes. It had a sharpened edge that you could use as a hatchet to cut stuff down. It had you could dig with it. If you were bored, you could throw with it. They were pretty well designed, but I think they went over the top with trying to make everything some sort of a tactical tool. There you go. Ninja Star, the Sure Strike throwing stars, the torpedo, and then the RPG. So there was their throwing stuff. And then you had their machetes, which were they weren't great. I'm not gonna lie. The handles on them are really good. As far as that's my neighbor George. George has got like 6 bikes over there he works on. He's riding his yeah. He's riding the big one. So the machetes weren't great, but I do have to say, as far as handles, I think they had some of the best handles. That bike's got some balls. But yeah, it was they weren't great. but no machetes are. But they had some of the best sheaths and the best handles of any of the machetes I ever dealt with. More machetes. The two-handed machete. These weren't great. These hard plastic, big long handled ones weren't great because the blade only went just part way. You know what I mean? And then it had the two-handed katana machete. These were kind of silly. They weren't done real well, I should say. Then you got into the spears. The Samburu spear is actually a really good spear. I've got to mess with one of those. Those are actually really cool. The other spears, like their boar spear and stuff like that, they were okay, but they had a tendency to bend. But that Samburu spear is actually really cool, and you can throw it two ways. You can throw it with you have that big bladed area that you can throw, and then it has a pointed end that you can throw it that way as well. And then it's actually pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I had the Trail Boss hatchet here. I still have the head for it, but I got to get a new handle for it. Though that is a really good camp tool because it bridged the gap between a hatchet and it bridged the gap between a hatchet and a full-size axe. It was kind of in the middle. So it was like a trail axe. And so it came in really handy for a lot of stuff. The American Tomahawk Company actually was pretty good, the stuff like that. Have you seen the dude on YouTube that can throw chopsticks like darts? I have not. My friend used one of those to hunt boars. How he used to hunt boars with one of those janky things. Yeah, they weren't great. Like the other one that like I said, that all metal one actually was pretty cool. I haven't seen one in years. I got to throw one, and it was a really good spear. The other one's not so good. And like I said, their tomahawks and their hatchets, they were good. Tino has got the Pipe Hawk, I believe, is the one he has, or the Norse Hawk. I don't remember which. I have the Vietnam Tomahawk. I actually have one. Frontier Hawk, all their tomahawks, all their hatchets were really good. I never understood the Warhammer thing, but a tomahawk, yeah, I get. And the nice thing was their tomahawks actually threw really well. I have mine's over there. I still have to finish putting a new handle in it. And then you get into their promotional items. I actually have this beanie. I have that beanie right there. I got it free with I forget how I got it. I got it free, but I have that Cold Steel beanie. You guys have probably seen it in videos. I used to wear that Cold Steel beanie a lot. So, and then you had the Nightshade series. These were always weird to me because they were all they were Zytel. They were the same Zytel plastic or Grivery that they used for the Brooklyn, their ball bat and stuff and a lot of their handles. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me because the whole thing was that these were so illegal because they bypassed any metal detection stuff. And I'm like, I wouldn't want that. I would not want to even risk that. Yeah. And you had the Delta Dart, Cruciform Dagger. That Cruciform Dagger you see right there at the bottom left, that actually is part of another thing that they have that I bought for my wife, which was a hairbrush dagger. So that Cruciform Dagger was inside a handle. You'll probably see it. You had rubber trainers. These actually were not bad. And then you had these, which was the Kogas. They're like Kubatons. They were a self-defense tool. I never saw to actually carry that. That made no sense. I'm like, at what point am I going to have that? Why? Yeah. The honeycomb. See? My wife actually still has one of these. She still has one of those. And I got it for her, so she had something she could carry. The pocket sharks they're just basically a reinforced magic marker. The Brooklyn Smasher. I actually have one of the little ones, like this big, that Winston Cabretti sent me. The Brooklyn Smasher and the Brooklyn Crusher. They're actually pretty cool because you're not going to break it. What did I do with mine? Hang on a second. I'll get it. I'll get it and show it to you. They're actually kind of cool. Well, I mean, they're really cool. They'd be great for like home defense. Let me grab it. It's around here somewhere. I know it's around here somewhere. I just had it. Okay, I'm lying. I don't know where it went. I believe my wife has relocated it. I believe that the wife has taken that and put it someplace. I don't know where it may be. What is that? What did I just sit on? But yeah, those bats are actually pretty cool because you can't break them. Like you just beat the crap out of them, and it's here somewhere. You just beat the crap out of them and do whatever you want. So what is this? I want one of those brushes and a Brooklyn bat, one for home and or vehicle. You got to be careful with a bat. I don't know if you guys know this. This is one of those things that a lot of people aren't aware of. If you're carrying a ball bat and you don't have a glove and other items required, like if you're going to carry a ball bat in your car, carry a mitt and at least one softball. Like carry all that stuff, because if you don't, they can actually. I don't know how it is in a lot of in California. And where I'm from in Ohio, if you have a bat in your truck, but you don't have a ball or a glove or anything else to go with it, you're carrying a weapon. And I'm like, that is fucking ridiculous. What if I'm just going to the batting cage? I don't need all that other stuff. True statement. True story. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, this was all like the Gunstock Club. Never understood the need for any of this stuff. The Slim Stick, the Indian War Club. I never understood why they sold any of this stuff. These were training swords. I mean, I had wood training swords. As a matter of fact, I got 2 of them still over here. That didn't make any sense. And like these walking sticks, I kind of get it, but really, you didn't need something like that. You know what I mean? And then we get back into knives. I forgot about the Raja. Raja. I'd say, Mother, I'm the Blue Raja. I throw cutlery. Such a good movie. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to look into it. Like it just didn't make any sense to me at the time. So let's see here. Raja series. I believe that we have reached the end of the catalog. That's all that they have. So that's all that they have on there. So there was some stuff on there that I definitely, if any of you guys have, I would not mind seeing. So my microphone stand is definitely in the way. Relocate that a little bit. There we go. How's the audio today? Does it sound good? I played with some of the audio settings with the microphone. So yeah, so there's a handful of those knives in there that I would want to see. Guys, I was just talking with Jim Skelton. I actually was on base earlier today. And I mean, I don't want to sound like a dick. And typically when I say I don't want to sound like a dick, it means I'm about to say something that makes me sound like a dick. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. So I was on base earlier today because, you know, the wife's car was low on gas. I needed to get a couple things. The cheapest place within 30 miles to get gas is base. And so I took the wife's car over and I go to the commissary to get a couple things. I needed, you know, just some snack stuff and some distilled water and stuff like that. And there's this lady in front of me. And I was like, I saw her and I was like, Jesus. And you guys know I like to joke about depend uponimuses. And so this chick's in front of me and she's wearing yoga pants. And I'm like, at some point, a woman has got to recognize, like any woman has got to be able to recognize what they should and shouldn't wear. Like, I'm like, you've got to realize at some point that yoga pants aren't for you. And I'm like, there had to have been a mirror somewhere in that house that she walked by after she put that shit on. Because it looked like somebody had taken a pair of black pantyhose and filled them with cottage cheese and ping pong balls. And I was like, ladies, spandex is a privilege, not a right. One size fits all. It's not. That's not how it works. Like, you shouldn't, like, she was one sneeze from being half naked. Like, if she had sneezed, she would have split the seam on them fucking things. They had reached their maximum capacity. Like, they had reached the limits of their tensile strength. So, well, guys, it's been an hour and a half. I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. I still have to finish editing a couple videos that I shot. I've got to get something in me for my back. And you know what? The wife and kid left. So that could mean that I can watch naughty videos on the big TV. So it's a beautiful day. 78 degrees out here. I have the biggest window. I have a living room with the biggest window you can imagine. And it's open, and it's a beautiful day. So I am going to end this. I can't promise we're going to do this every Saturday. I'd like to do this more often. So hopefully I can get the word out that these are going to be happening. We'll try and do a couple a month. I like the idea of this is something that is just for you guys. Everyone can watch, but like this leaves this to this leaves the comments to, it kind of evens out the trolls and stuff like that. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of messages. You should have done it so that everybody, or just do it private. I'm like, that's not the point, because the point is you guys get a venue where we're getting some content just for you guys. You guys are the only ones that can comment, but it also shows people that might be on the fence about joining a membership. It shows them like, hey, if I join the members, I have access to this stuff. So, Beard of Doom, I will take a look at that thing that you sent me in the chat. I'm going to try and edit a couple videos. I might film some more stuff. I may, if you guys are up for it, keep an eye out in the Gilded server. I may do a movie day today and pull it up, and we'll just have the chat on the side, kind of like this, where we just watch a movie. The caveat to that is if we do it, I have to, like, you'll have to have my screen. So you'll still see me in the bottom. It'll look like this. I apologize. I don't really want to do that, but that's the only way I can make the audio work. So we will do it. It'll be a StreamYard thing, but it will only be the paying members. So if I decide to do it, I'll hit up the paying members, and I'll put it up so that we can do it. I have access to Apple TV now. There's a lot of movies that are on there. I'll shoot you guys a quick. I'll put it up on YouTube and on Gilded. Asking you guys what you want to watch, but it all depends on when baby girl gets back from the beach. If she wants to watch a movie and stuff, then maybe, because we can't watch it the way she and I watch it. So, but yeah, I will let you guys know what's up with that. Keep an eye on the Gilded server and in the community tab on the YouTube page. Guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad I had enough time to do this, and I'm glad it worked out. So, like, any of those knives that you guys saw, if you own them or anything like that, or if you have something that you think that, like, if you haven't seen me have it on the channel, by all means, hit me up and I'll let you know whether I'm interested in seeing it. I try not to do too much discontinued stuff, because the flip side of that is, now that I have all the affiliate links and stuff down below, if I'm doing stuff that people can't purchase, it's kind of silly, but there still are a bunch of knives that I would love to get to see, like the Black Talon, the Hatamoto, and some of those other knives that we saw on there, the Ringlock Kudu. Stacy, if you want to send me one of those, that'd be great. What was the other one? The Ramlock. Any of those cold steels that you saw that I talked about that were discontinued that I'd like to see, like the R1, that R1 Military Classic. Yeah, there's an email address in most of my videos that you can reach out to me and ask me if I want to see them. Guys, I will see you guys. You guys will see a video up Monday, so I'm hoping everything works out. I should do a live feed Monday night, so I'll probably see you guys live Monday night, and we'll figure out over the weekend what we're gonna do for Monday's live feed. So sometimes the Monday live feeds are just like I'm just like I don't want to fucking do this. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Take it easy, guys. I will see you later. If you guys want to participate in these, if you happen to be watching and you're not a paying member, you can always hit the membership tab on my main channel. So I'm out. Later.